A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also. I do not support corruption. Corruption takes money away from children's education. It deprives hospitals of basic necessities. It means that roads are not fixed. Corruption deepens inequality. It siphons off taxpayers' money to make a few cronies richer with the political connections instead of benefiting the people. This government has been doing everything it can to weaken and undermine the Integrity Commission, which is an institution that I designed as Minister of Justice and brought the legislation to Parliament to fight corruption in this country. I have said it before and I will tell you again, Jamaica cannot move forward without a government built on integrity that embraces principles of good governance in this country.
A blessed good day to you, my wisdom warriors. Wagwan, wagwan. I hope you guys are in good spirit well. The fallout from Hurricane Melissa is now hitting Jamaican tourism sector, and the Dominican Republic is preparing to capitalize on the opportunity. My wisdom warriors, I remember other day when the hurricane did come. I remember when the tourists them did a ball out and I say how, you know, they not get good treatment and them get rubbish food and one bag of something. Who remember when the same dirty kin labor right them come out and cuss the tourists them and say we don't want to no back at Jamaica, don't come back at Jamaica, on if you go on the yard, remember? It was the same dirty kin labor right them will come out and cuss the tourist people them. So when I see Andrew Holness coming out and talking about how PNP are bring down the country, I see him own supporters are bring down the country. Because look what is happening right now. Look what is happening right now. Right now, una ball out. Nobody now come. Nobody now come at Jamaica. Everybody a divert a go different place. I remember Andrew Holness, you see one came out, and tell the whole world, say Jamaica is a disaster zone. You should never do that. You should never do that. You should say part of Jamaica, which is the western side. But you didn't say that, Andrew Holness. You said Jamaica itself is a disaster zone. So what the foreign countries them do now, them put travel advisory in. That is the problem right now. You get me? That is the problem. And I assume that the kin labor right people them come out, including popular persons. Popular persons. You understand? Come out and cuss tourists. So now tourists now want to come to Jamaica. You can't blame them, Andrew Holness. You cannot blame them. I assume dirty kin labor right supporters them and them run with the tourists them. You understand? And now, you see what is happening. You not ball out. You not ball out when it is too late. Because we don't really check the levees in Jamaica. For 800 flights, rerouted, and I go straight to Dominica from Jamaica, Like, listen to me, that is a big loss for Jamaica. That is a big, big, big loss for Jamaica. Seriously, a big loss. It's just the truth. Because it is saying that officials there have authorized 800 flights. 800 extra flights to take in tourists who were originally headed to Jamaica and other storm-affected islands. So right now, Dominica Republic is having a time of their life. My people, take in Delano. Hear this.
One government official has weighed in on the likely impact of the projected decline in tourism arrivals on the country's economy in the coming months. Earlier this week, the Dominican Republic authorized the arrival of 800 new flights. This is to accommodate a surge in tourists who were originally planning to vacation in Jamaica and other nearby islands, but were rerouted following the devastation of Hurricane Melissa. In an interview with TVJ News on Friday, State Minister in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Delano Seavright, admitted several sectors will be severely impacted.
Have in the coming days, weeks, and months is declining income streams into multiple businesses, large businesses, medium-sized businesses, and importantly, micro and small enterprises that make up over 80% of business activity in our country. For all Jamaicans who are concerned, this is expected. Jamaica will bounce back, and we're going to bounce back fast, and we're going to bounce back better than before. We just need to stay focused. We all need to get serious about what we're doing. We need to get businesses back up and running.
Minister Steve Wright says the government continues to work with utility companies to restore services to affected areas, and support is also being given to businesses.
Once we can get all our utilities back online as quickly as possible, this will allow players across the board, whether in industry, investment, and the subsectors of tourism and so on, to get moving again. And we also have focused a lot of effort. The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce is focusing a lot of effort on ensuring that small businesses get back to life, and we're even getting directly involved in getting some of these small businesses back up and running.
One government official has weighed in on the likely impact of the projected decline.
U.S. President Donald Trump has announced that he will permanently pause migration from all third world countries.
Mr. Trump says he will remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States or is incapable of loving the USA.
Now, joining us to discuss the situation is Erwin Clare. He's the managing director of the New York-based Caribbean Immigrant Service. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Clare.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, Mr. Clare, could you tell me which countries, this latest policy, which countries are expected to be impacted?
Your guess would be good as mine. There's a lot of uncertainties around that. As you know, the whole third world usage for countries, poorer countries, one of those geopolitical terms that terminologies that many times it's in the definition that we'd have to wait for on the president's part. The president made this comment right after the event, so I'm not certain sufficient thought was given into his response. So we'll just have to wait to see who are defined as such. You might recall earlier in the year, some 12 to 13 countries faced similar situation where bans were made, primarily Muslim countries. So again, we'll have to wait to hear what their definition is on this particular situation.
And Mr. Clare, I know there may still be some uncertainties, but can you say what is the timeline for when this is to take effect and possibly end?
Well, you see, one of the things you learn in immigration today, especially in this administration and their response to situations of the sort, is that there is never any way one could predict. We have seen situations where a $100,000 fine was placed on H-1 visa holders, and they were implementing it within a 48-hour period. Situations as such, what the president has mentioned here, would require other determinant factors, and then you'd also have lawsuits. So I don't see this thing as being imminent, as something happening immediately, because there will be pushback on this, and so to be one of those situations that would just cause immigrants to be in limbo with a great deal of uncertainty. I think more is being made of the shock appeal by the announcement than its application at this point.
And just to provide some context for our viewers, can you say what triggered this latest hardline policy from the U.S. president?
Well, the shooting of two guards, National Guards in Washington, and unfortunately, one passed away today. It was allegedly done by an Afghan immigrant who was part of the folks who left Afghanistan after the United States left Afghanistan, a person who worked with the United States CIA entities in Afghanistan and provided services to protecting this nation, and was granted refugee status just this year, vetted by the present administration. So obviously they feel somehow the vetting process may not have accomplished what it was intended to, but we still await the circumstances under what would have led this person to have committed these atrocities.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Clare. That's all the time we have. That was Mr. Erwin Clare, the Managing Director of the New York-based Caribbean Immigrant Service.
U.S. President Donald Trump.
Mr. Holness, morning, sir. I just wake up, sir. I know it's a bit early, so I can't talk too loud. But Mr. Holness, sir, if JPS says 77% of its customer power has been restored, why would JPS need 350 million USD dollars for restore the next 23%, sir? Like, isn't that concerning, Mr. Holness? And I heard y'all running with the narrative about PNP don't want Jamaica get back no light. I don't know how to play dirty politics with Dunn's people. But try remember, say the people them here open up. The people them eyes are opening up, Mr. Holness. Oh, you mean Jamaica and PNP don't want Jamaica to get back power? What more you think the people would want than to make sure that power is restored and everything is okay? But it is funny. It's really funny. Oh, you all think it ought to roll out the free food them give the people them, roll out the free sleeping bag and free tent them give to the Jamaican people that sent to this country for donation to help relieve them of them stress and them problem. And Mr. Owen said not rolling out. Mr. The Carnival cruise ship I sure said them third trip this again with how much food and water. And the people them not getting the free food them and the free things them with them forget, Mr. Holness. Right? But you can roll out 150 million USD dollars for loan to JPS. JPS do not need 150 million USD dollars from Jamaica. JPS have them own insurance money and them have them own money. JPS is a billionaire company. Why the hell them are going to need 150 million US from Jamaica? Number one, they said they need 350 million US. And when Mr. Golding questioned where the next 200 is going to come from, when I get dunce and dark and full of arrogance, I don't understand. I don't want the opposition leader have nothing at all to say. Now the narrative is going around that PNP don't want the country get back light. People, you see, if you're fully dunce, you keep it to your damn self, but not everybody fully dunce. All of the dunce we have knowledge and common sense. Not because we dunce, that doesn't mean so we not have common sense and knowledge. And this is wasting of the people's energy. Out here questioning all these things that you're doing and nowhere we're getting answers. It is just to prove that the whole on over there in the governing party a sticky finger. Number one, Darrell Vaizim full of attitude when Mr. Golding asked him the question. You have a right to full of attitude, because remember that the $1.4 billion, where you take, go keep a much high party and help illicit enrich yourself, The 150 USD dollars are part of the illicit enrichment again, but remember, God not sleeping, and what you're doing to the poorer class of Jamaica, them going to wake up. Remember me did tell us that they're going to wake up. Jamaica is going to wake up because they are sleeping for way too long. I don't believe in this kind of sketchy, because how much weeks ago, not 2 weeks ago, Mr. JP say 77% restored. So how the hell don't need $350 million for restore 23%? Something right. Something right is a plan to thief. Is a plan for stick up on a finger again. That is the plan. And when people ask questions, you don't want to come out here, come crucify them. In the name of Jesus, I rebuke all of you.
A homeowner in Content, Manchester is contemplating relocating from the flood-hit community. He recently spent thousands of dollars on renovation, and the house now sits on water. Romarda Lyons reports.
Spared by Hurricane Melissa. That thought rang in Horace McFarlane's mind as the system passed, leaving him with not much damage. But days later, this was his home, with an unusual guest barging in.
I wake up the morning, I hear the water, and when I look, it flowing inside through the back door downstairs. Right? And I was hoping that it would reach a point where it would stop.
It didn't. In fact, it was almost as though it had a point to prove.
When I see it coming up, then we start get busy. Right? And we start to shuffle up some things. Well, by the time I get a truck, it was a small truck and it just moved one load. By the time he come back, the guy then refused to go in the water and take out anything.
He tried, even moving some furniture to higher grounds, but a wave of confusion attacked.
It's a state where me shock and sometimes just a spin around like fool. I wonder what we take up. Me go in the water and kind of elevate some things. Because I never have the least idea say I don't reach the roof. But it never helped.
The others remain in a permanent wash day, drenched for over 3 weeks. The house went from this to this, then this, only the roof above water. From afar, it looks like a single sheet of zinc floating. Wires, sockets, light fixtures, ceiling light holders, breaker boxes, meters, all just about water current now. Mr. McFarlane stands across the road, pointing at the property he recently spent a fortune to renovate.
New roof, new ceiling, door jam, tile. Me change out the window them, rewire it because it was a house with some parts still have the wire them on the surface, you know. So chop the wall, put in it, change out breaker, everything.
All those expenses and now no plans to move back in.
So I'm at a standpoint now where I can't afford to pay rent. I can't afford to rebuild a next house. So all I can hope and depend on for the government to relocate me.
And it doesn't matter where.
Once is a year where I approve of, you know, it wouldn't matter to me. I feel say I should abandon. Because I don't really want to come back here. So. And if I clean up, we go do after her. Can't just imagine, you know.
Ramarda Lyons, TVJ.
My wisdom warriors, I left it, you know. Wanna tell me what I think, wanna tell me how I feel about all this, and put an honest opinion in the comment section. Like up the video, share it out, and subscribe to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, people. Don't forget, I want to go over my other channel. It is called Lady Press. Subscribe and get me to 10K. Blessings, one love.
Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. They can tell me how we can do it together. When we look at the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PNP. People said the bag of promises them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting high. I wonder when it does stop come rest. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party.
You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.